Hi, this is Rod Kelly from the Eye of the Eagle Integrated Wellness Center. And today I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. Today I'm going to discuss uh, people that I've worked with that had smoking issues. We're talking about smoking cigarettes, and the success rates I've had with cigarette smokers is really quite impressive. But the most important thing I want you to understand is there's an awful lot of misinformation about that's kind of ingrained into people's minds about smoking and the difficulties of stopping smoking. And for years, it's been pounded into your head that smoking is an addiction. Well, there is just a simple little litmus test, and that's called the patch. If nicotine was addictive, patch, which is pure nicotine, people would get hooked on it, wouldn't they? Doesn't happen because cigarette smoking is not an addiction. What it truly is, in its truest form, is it's just an extremely well ingrained habit that you've picked up along the way. And every single time you lit up another cigarette, you reinforce that habit. And you started reinforcing that habit. You first get up in the morning and before you go to bed at night. That's pounded into your head day in and day out. And you've probably tried things like the patch and some of the other pharmaceutical products to stop smoking. And some of them are extremely sketchy on their safety factors. But what it really comes down to, you have to understand something. As far as the pharmaceutical industry is concerned, cigarette smokers are a gold mine. They're an absolute gold mine because cigarette smoking obviously leads to emphysema. They got pills for that. And cancer, which they got really some very, very, very expensive ways of combating cancer. So let me ask you just a logical question. Does it make sense that the pharmaceutical industry would give you a means to stop smoking immediately, effectively? What do they do to cure things like cancer? Nothing. It's against their better interest. Well, stopping smokers would be against their better interest too, the dollars and cents. They're not geared to work. They are created to give you the illusion that they may have an impact on your stopping. Bottom line is their effective ratio is not impressive at all. And for years, I've been working with people that smoke through hypnotism. I'm a board certified hypnotist. I've got my master's certification in it. I'm highly qualified and I'm highly effective. And quite often, one single session is enough to kick that into high gear. And you see, one of the things that I want to get a little bit technical here. And I don't want anybody to stop smoking. I don't want anybody to quit smoking. Because if they have those two words in their mind, there is a part of their brain that rejects new information. And if it means you're going to stop, great big red flag comes up and says, whoa, wait a minute, let's think about this. And the same thing would quit. I don't want you to quit smoking, not at all. Quit's the same thing as stop. Big red flag comes up, and your subconscious mind says, I don't think so. However, what I actually accomplish in doing is through hypnosis. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about that after I finish this little spiel. Through hypnosis, I am going to work with you and with your higher self to imprint a new understanding into your subconscious mind. And that's where all your memories are. And what that new understanding is that you simply choose to be a non-smoker forever. And because it's of your choosing, a great deal of the resistance is gone. Quite often, clients become total non-smokers in one single session. Not all, but a significant number becomes that non-smoker in one single session. And what I do to ensure that, first of all, it becomes reality and maintains its realities is I recommend 2 additional other sessions. So it's a total of 3 session process. And what goes on in the second and the third sessions is we just reinforce it. We drive that point home in your subconscious mind that you are now and will always be a non-smoker. And some of the wonderful things that I've discovered through working with this process is the typical high levels of agitation and the significant weight gains almost gone. Because your subconscious mind just accepts that you choose to be a non-smoker. End of case. Does it work 100% of the time? No, it doesn't. Because we are all individuals. And some people just refuse to give up. But what I do to minimize that and the people I work with is I qualify the people. And there's 2 questions I ask them. First question is, why now? Is it your wife who's driving you nuts, or your kids are driving you nuts, or the doctor told you if you don't stop, you're going to die? If that's your reasoning, save your money. Don't build yourself up to an opportunity to fail, because if that's your reasoning for quitting, it's not going to happen. The only way it's going to happen is if you truly want to become that non-smoker. And You see, what hypnosis is, which a lot of you have this preconceived notion about it, hypnosis isn't anything like you see on TV. That's all just sensationalism. You're trying to make that movie, that TV show seem so much more compelling. Truth of the matter is, hypnosis is just a simple, normal way of processing information. Children are always in a hypnotic state where their internal components of their mind, the internal chatter, is kind of shut off. So they draw this information into their mind and it's instantaneously accepted. And by the time they reached 5 or 6, their conscious mind is developing to a point where they start filtering out information that's accepted into your subconscious. And by the time someone reaches the age of 12, their conscious mind becomes dominant. And they're no longer accepting this new information without restrictions. As a matter of fact, their conscious mind, whatever Great Big Flag says, no, that's not right. I learned everything I will ever need to know in those last 12 years. I don't. That doesn't compute with what my beliefs are. That's when kids become the know-it-alls. Sound right? But what hypnosis really is and what it feels like is hypnosis is just a subconscious or a way to tap into your subconscious mind directly. And there's some things about the subconscious mind that are really important. First of all, the subconscious mind can't forget anything. Everything you ever did in your whole life, locked in a single cell called cellular memory. And the second thing, time has no relevance. So what happens when new information is presented to yourself as an adult? The conscious mind filters it. If it's not congruent to old beliefs, won't accept it in. And through hypnosis, the mind becomes accessible. And information, new information that is positive and beneficial becomes imprinted. I want to reemphasize that. Information that is positive and beneficial becomes imprinted. And that information has to be congruent to the person's true core beliefs. Can't do anything that isn't against your will. That's why I don't work with people that aren't serious about becoming that non-smoker. Because if they've got a preconceived notion that I'm not going to quit no matter what you say, nothing's going to work. It won't be accepted in the subconscious mind. But the beautiful thing about hypnosis, the most amazing thing about it is, the only way you can be hypnotized is your hypnotist has to be able to totally relax your body more than it's ever been relaxed before. And it's going to feel awesome. But then the second part is then they have to relax that second part of you, that mental relaxation. We've got to relax your mind. We're going to relax your mind to a point where all the internal chatter is gone. And you have riveted, focused attention in order for you to take total control over your mind. You take 100% control over your own mind. And it's so effective that it is frequently used in place of anesthesia when you're doing major surgeries on the brain and the heart and other vital organs. Because your mind has total dominion on your body. So when we imprint this new understanding into your subconscious mind that you choose to be a non-smoker forever, your subconscious mind just accepts it as fact, truth. And so it becomes part of you. If you would like to learn more about this, and if you would like to perhaps set an appointment up, you can call me or text me at 860-216-8671, or go to my website, which is simply Rod Kelly, RODKELLY.net. I also offer sessions, virtual sessions, Zoom, and the remote sessions are really quite effective as well. And from time to time, I do offer groups sessions at various locations. So if you'd like to get more information, call me at 860-216-8671, or go to my website, which is rodkelly.net. And if you want to see what other people say about my approaches, make sure you check out the testimonial pages. There are scores and scores and scores of testimonials. Thanks again, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye for now.